Hi guys, I'm Alejandro and welcome to This Is What's Poppin'. Life is all about chasing dreams, and if you can dream it, you can build it. This past fall, I got to do just that when I interned at a local news television station here in San Antonio. And one thing that I learned, it's not so much about the destination, but the journey itself. Here it is, take a look.
Last fall, I went on the adventure of a lifetime when I got the opportunity to intern at a local news television station here in San Antonio, Texas. WOAI is the first television station here in San Antonio, Texas. This NBC-affiliated television station features its own local daytime talk show known as San Antonio Living, as well as broadcasting approximately 30 hours of local news per week. During my internship, I got the opportunity to shadow news reporter Darlene Dorsey.
The one thing that I love about this job is being able to tell somebody's story, being responsible for somebody's story and getting it right. Part of the day you're a detective, part of the day you're running around sweaty and trying to meet a deadline. It's all about bringing somebody else into it, so you have to focus on why it means something to you to get someone else involved.
I got to witness the hard work that Darlene puts into her stories. I even got the opportunity to assist her by translating for one of her subjects.
¿Qué es lo más difícil de toda esta experiencia para usted? So how do you draw that line between journalist and then human being?
It always goes back to focus. I am doing a job. My job is to put someone at ease to tell their story. I have to remember that I'm just listening, and then when I leave, I can exhibit whatever emotions, because you do take it home, but it's behind closed doors when I deal with it my own way.
I also got to work with troubleshooter investigative reporter Brian Colster.
Do you think that you should go to jail for being a clown when you were a child molester and not reporting that you were being a clown?
Yeah, but I'm no clown no more.
It takes persistence to dig. It also takes a thick skin. So people need to understand that when you ask someone for some information that they're going to find potentially embarrassing, that they're going to come after you personally, and that you need to be prepared for that.
One thing that I admire about Brian Colster is the fact that after so many years in this business, he not only maintains a great work ethic, but he also gives his stories 100%.
What is one of the misconceptions of this job?
When people say that we're muckrakers and we're just digging up dirt and we're just doing it so that people will watch us on TV. I was a kid in school when I was younger who would help defend a kid against a bully in a fight. That's what I do as an adult. I help people that can't help themselves in a lot of cases.
Reporters like Darlene and Brian are only one part of this big news puzzle. From the photojournalists on the field, also known as cameramen, to the people up in beat control. Putting together a newscast can be one daily challenge, but it is these people who make it all work smoothly.
Basically what I do in a nutshell is, if you're watching the newscast and you see an anchor on screen and you see their name fly across the bottom, you'll see, Randy Beamer, Leslie Bowl. That's me. I fly out those graphics, and when you're watching a video and you see the banners fly across screen, basically they tell you what's going on in that certain story. My job has me building a lot of the graphics, and I work hand in hand with the graphics department, so I really enjoy a good challenge. I guess you could say I love learning new things every day, and the people that I work with are great as well.
I am the technical director here. I follow what the director calls out for shows. I execute basically what needs to be done to make the show come out the way we planned it all day. We have many sources on the board here, and each source we have a single button for it. If they say camera 1, I'm putting camera 1 up on air. If they want camera 2, I'm putting camera 2 up on air. Once I'm at home and I'm on vacation, I kind of want to get back to it. It keeps my mind busy, and I like it. It's exciting. You get that thrill, you get that rush, knowing that you're putting something on air and people are seeing it at home,
From the people up in beat control to the people down in the news floor, production assistants play a big role when it comes to the weekly newscast.
Hi, I'm Monica Yanis, and I am a production assistant at WOAI Channel 4 News. We are camera operators, clean out scripts, take rundowns and scripts to the people that need them before each newscast. We also floor direct. We tell the anchors where they're going to be standing for a certain story, and we cue them. We're kind of the eyes and ears communicating between the studio and the control. This is where the anchors can see themselves on air. There's nothing loaded in prompter, but this is where they're able to read. We get to move these cameras around all day. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I had to get used to the weight.
Monica invited me to try out the news camera.
Move it to the right. Yeah, it's hard.
I feel like a pirate. I feel like that character, Johnny Jack Sparrow.
It's really hard to
All aboard.
I'm not gonna lie, this was a lot of fun. During my time in the news set, I got the opportunity to interview news anchor Elsa Ramon. At the tender age of 11, she landed her first TV gig as a kid reporter for a show called Kids World in Austin.
Early in your career, did you face any challenges? Did you get any rejections, and how did you deal with it?
Rejection's a part of life. It's just something we all have to deal with. You know, there were times that I was turned down. It was heartbreaking at the time, but then something would happen a year later. I always feel like God always answers the reason why you didn't get what you wanted. Whether things worked out or not, in the past, for things that I wanted, it was meant to be, and here we are.
Elsa Ramon gives back to the community by featuring compelling stories that affect local San Antonians in a series called Elsa's Angels.
It's so incredibly gratifying, not only to help them, like to get the people in the community to come forward to give them the stuff they need. It's doing the follow-up stories, showing people that, oh my gosh, they're beating the odds.
Elsa Ramon also shares the air with none other than the legendary anchor and Emmy award-winning news veteran, Randy Beamer. Just like me on his free time, Randy also enjoys shooting and editing his own stories.
I love it. I think it's something, not everybody can do it. It's not for every story, because it's harder to do some stories when you think about your shot instead of what the person is saying. But I love to do it, and that's why I would encourage other people out there to get into it, because it's a lot of fun.
For 20 solid years, Randy Beamer has been a signature in the local San Antonio news market.
I'm sorry, but I have to say, and I know you want to be humble, but you know, here in San Antonio, I don't feel like there's many other anchors from other stations that you think about.
A couple of
there you go, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
You know so many different things. You know how to edit.
Yeah.
Well, that helps too, but I think it goes
and
back to
I keep interrupting people when they interview me.
There you go. I feel like I'm on Bill O'Reilly.
Hey!
So would you say that's one thing that's important to make it big in this industry?
Personally, whether it's big or not, I wouldn't say that about me or anybody else. It's just what you like to do. It's a job, and some of the parts of it, whatever you do, you're not going to like. But if you get to do enough of the things that you do like, then you'll be successful.
Before my internship was over, I decided to pay one more visit to the woman who started it all for me. Last year, I was a guest on San Antonio Living with Shelly Miles, and it was her hard work and dedication that inspired me in this new career path. Things didn't always come easy for this ambitious blonde bombshell. At one point, Shelly even worked as a waitress just to make ends meet.
In this career, you know, it's just not snap and then, you know, you're Matt Lauer or Katie Couric. There's a lot of stepping stones, and a lot of us have to supplement our income with whatever it takes. There are people in other smaller markets who, you know, might be on television, and they might be, you know, waiting tables at night.
San Antonio Living, I'm Shelly Miles. I'm super pumped up.
In 2008, Shelly successfully became the sole host of San Antonio Living.
I begged, pleaded. They were like, so we don't need you, we already have somebody. So I did it kind of in my free time. I wasn't getting paid for it. And then they were like, oh, you're not too bad. So when an opportunity opened up, they turned to me and basically let me have the gig. Take the no as the no for now, not no for always. So go back and do what you need to do to make it a yes the next time.
Throughout her career, Shelly has interviewed celebrities and reality starlets, to name the few. One thing that makes Shelly a rock star in my eyes is her passion and dedication for local charities here in San Antonio.
September is Hunger Awareness Month, and the San Antonio Food Bank is asking you to go orange and take action and fight hunger.
Outside of San Antonio Living, you are involved in several charities, which I think is great. What do you think is one thing that people in this platform should do?
To make sure that whatever it is that you're passionate about, it's important that people in our position utilize that passion for good.
A great example of that, of how you've kind of given back to the community. I emailed you, not expecting anything, probably a restraining order. The way that you responded made such a huge difference and made such a huge impact. and I'm very grateful for that. If I ever win an Emmy, this is my promise. I mean this. You'll be the first person, after God, you'll be the first person that I think.
Throughout this internship, I got the opportunity to conduct interviews as well as meet interns like myself. One thing that I took away from this amazing experience was that hard work, dedication, and compassion goes a long way in life. And who knows, maybe one day...
Please help me welcome our newest member to the San Antonio Living Cast, Alejandro.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome. We're so excited that you're here finally.
I'm so excited. Last time I was this excited was when Kate Middleton announced her pregnancy to Prince William.
Let me ask you, what are you looking forward to doing most on the show?
Alejandro.
Alejandro.
What?
In real life. Right now.
Do you hear that?
Alejandro.
You don't hear that?
Alejandro. 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 Thanks.
Some point in life, we all have to pay our dues. I'm Alejandro Cabrera, and this is What's Poppin'.
Alejandro. Alejandro.